This is your News Source Evening Bulletin for today, Friday, the 11th day of December in the year 2020. I'm Gordon Mosley. Here's what we're tracking tonight. The People's National Congress Reform has announced that former President David Granger has declined an invitation from President Irfaan Ali for him to attend a meeting of former presidents. The meeting is scheduled for next Tuesday, the 15th of December at State House. In a statement, the PNC Reform said the invitation letter to a working lunch did not clearly explain the purpose of the intended meeting. There was also no agenda presented for the former president to examine. According to the party, there was no indication of the preparation that would be needed, the relevance of the engagement to government policies, and the outcome that would be expected from deliberations. It said the president's intention, on the other hand, according to reports, was to generate ideas on Guyana's development. Former President David Granger today said he pointed out that he regards Guyana's development as a serious matter. He said there is currently public concern about certain governmental actions, including the high rates of deaths as a result of the coronavirus pandemic, unwarranted dismissals of public servants, harassment of Elections Commission officials, and human rights violations, which can have consequences for Guyana's short, medium, and long-term national development. The PNC Reform statement said Mr. Granger emphasized that it will be a huge public disappointment for the proposed high-level meeting to take place hurriedly, in an unorganized, unplanned manner, and without a predicted prospect of progress or success. Mr. Granger said he felt that it would be a blunder to ignore the legitimate concerns of a significant section of the population and the aspirations of the majority of people, especially those enduring the effects of the coronavirus pandemic. The former president has recommended that a meeting intended to be held on Tuesday be deferred until the important issues that he has raised could be satisfactorily settled. President Irfaan Ali last week announced his plan to convene a meeting with the former presidents. There are currently 4 living former presidents. 3 of them are from the governing party, with one of them, former President Barra Jagdeo, serving in the current administration as a vice president. More news coming up in a moment.
Guyana, we've been through it all.
But as a people, we have
weathered every storm
and risen to every challenge.
Because it is the people of Guyana
that gives it its strength.
All the people,
regardless of race,
class, or religion.
We are one people, one strength.
And now is our time. A time to rise. Together, we rise.
Mobil Special and all other Mobil lubricants are distributed by Salt Guyana Inc. Mobil Special and all other Mobil lubricants are distributed by Salt Guyana Inc.
The Ministry of Culture, Youth and Sport National Drama Festival is back and better than ever. Tune in on the 13th of December at 8 p.m. to see some of Guyana's best young actors and playwriters display their talent. Being aired on the Ministry of Culture, Youth and Sports Facebook page, E-Networks, HJTV, TVG, MTV, and NTN. The National Drama Festival, aired on the 13th of December at 8 p.m. is authentic Guyanese entertainment for the entire family. Remember, we are one Guyana.
I wanna be a Super 95 millionaire.
You can be a Super 95 millionaire this Christmas when you purchase $3,000 or more Super 95 fuel from Guyana service stations. Enter to win one of 2 first prizes of $1 million plus weekly cash prizes up to $500,000. That's not all. Each week until January 15, 2021, you can also have a chance to win smart TVs, tablets, shopping vouchers, and so much more. So hurry down to the nearest Guyana service station and spend $3,000 or more on Super 95 fuel, and you can be a Super 95 millionaire. See press for more details.
Ravinas and Water Street and Anans and Regent Street just received a new shipment of leatherette in over 16 colors. Leatherette can be used in a wide variety of applications, including covering speedboat seats, cargo, and keeping commuters dry. Ideal for minibus and car seats, leatherette can be custom made to your seating requirements. Leatherette is easy to clean and sanitize and a better choice during the COVID pandemic. For fast and comfortable shopping, visit us to get the best prices in town. Ravinas and Water Street and Anans and Regent Street.
Mom, what are you doing with GPL on your list?
Child, you forgot I have to pay GPL?
You got time with GPL?
I have to keep these lights on. The customers who think in that manner and refuse to honor their obligation to GPL are obviously not playing their part in ensuring quality service delivery. So, I will continue to pay my GPL bill on time, every time.
I recognize the value of your point, Mom. You were right.
I have many wishes for Christmas. A freshly painted home, a new vacation home, a new car, home furnishings, my dream wedding, new kitchen appliances, a new smart TV, a new phone for Zion, school fees too. Gosh, I still want this work from home office area. I just wish I could get some extra cash to clear my debts altogether. Do you feel the same? GBTI is granting 12 wishes for Christmas.
Mobile Special and all other mobile lubricants are distributed by Sol Guyana Inc. Mobile Special and all other mobile lubricants are distributed by Sol Guyana Inc. Let's tell you now that the Caribbean Development Bank has approved funding for the upgrading of 121 kilometers of road from the town of Linden to Mabura Hill in Region 10. The project was announced today and it aims at improving connectivity between Guyana's hinterland and the coast. According to the CDB, the project is the first phase of a wider plan to develop a transportation corridor from Georgetown to Lethem on the southwest border, connecting the port in Georgetown with northern Brazil. The CDB Acting Vice President for Operations, Diana Wilson Patrick, said the upgrading of the portion of the largely unpaved road from Linden to Mabura Hill is more than an infrastructure project. She said it will include social safeguards that will ensure residents benefit from the road development and environmental protections to preserve the ecosystem. The project will also include activities to mitigate risk associated with increased development, which will build social resilience in the communities along the corridor and preserve the rights of vulnerable groups. The $190 million project is being funded by a $112 million loan from the CDB, a grant of $66 million from the government of the United Kingdom through the CDB-administered UK Caribbean Infrastructure Fund, and a contribution of $12 million from the government of Guyana. It represents the largest project that the CDB has financed in its 50 years of existence. The acting British High Commissioner to Guyana, Ray Davidson, said the UK's support to the Linden to Mabura Hill Road project demonstrates its commitment to Guyana. The project, he said, will be critical for the development of the country's north-south connection and will contribute significantly to economic development and social inclusion while being climate resilient. The unpaved 450-kilometer road from Linden to Lethem is often impassable in the rainy season due to flooding along low-lying sections of the road. The upgraded road corridor will provide connectivity between Linden and Mabura Hill, improving connections for local and long-haul transport, which can increase trade between Guyana and Brazil. The International Court of Justice will on the 18th of December hand down its ruling on the question of whether it has jurisdiction in the case that Guyana filed against Venezuela, seeking to confirm full legal validity of the 1899 arbitral award, which established the international boundary between Guyana and Venezuela. Arguments in the case were presented to the court by a high-level battery of lawyers representing Guyana back in June. The Venezuelan government did not put forward arguments, claiming that it does not recognize that the court has jurisdiction to hear the matter. During the hearing back in June, Guyana laid out how the boundary with Venezuela was established by an arbitral tribunal, constituted pursuant to a treaty concluded by Venezuela and Great Britain in 1897. Guyana has maintained that it has no doubt that the court has jurisdiction to resolve the controversy that has plagued its relations with Venezuela and undermined its ability to develop its sovereign territory and the natural resources. The move to the International Court was initiated under the APNU-AFC government after the UN Secretary General advised that the International Court be the one to make a final determination of the matter, following a number of failed attempts at the UN Good Offices process. On the police blotter, a 28-year-old man from Shell Road, Kitty, will face a murder charge for the gunning down of 60-year-old Peter Gonzalez. The elderly man was gunned down on Monday night in Garnet Street, Kitty, after being attacked by two men who demanded his motorcycle. After allegedly putting up a fight, Gonzalez was shot multiple times by one of the men, who grabbed his motorcycle and rode off with it. Police investigators were able to use video recordings from a number of CCTV cameras in the area, and the suspect was arrested and later identified by a witness during an identification parade. The Guyana Police Force today said it has received advice from the DPP to proceed with the charge of murder against Casey Heliga. He's likely to appear in court in the new week. A 43-year-old Maiconi woman became the country's latest road fatality today. She was a passenger of a Route 50 minibus when the bus ran off of the road and slammed into a nearby fence on the west coast of Berbice. The woman has been identified as the Orani Sukram of Dundee Village, Maiconi. She was pronounced dead at the Fort Wellington Hospital. Reports are that around 6:30 this morning, the minibus was heading towards Georgetown when the driver lost control as he was driving at a fast rate. The bus ran off of the roadway and slammed into the fence, pinning the woman who was in the front seat. She was taken from the bus and rushed to the hospital, where she was pronounced dead. The Guyana Oil Company rolled out its Christmas promotion today, which will see $4 million in cash and prizes being offered to lucky Guyana customers. The company launched its Be a Super 95 Millionaire promotion. Any customer who purchases $3,000 or more in Super 95 fuel will be eligible to enter the competition. General Manager at Guyana, Trevor Basu, said 2020 has been a tough year for many Guyana customers, and the company now wants to give back while making them millionaires.
2020 has been a tough year. It's been one filled with troubles and challenges for all Guyanese and even beyond Guyana, you know, the world at wide. COVID has come and it has taken a toll on us. We have lost so many things and relatives and friends, jobs, reduction in salary, so many difficulties we've experienced in 2020. And with that said, Guyana, its management, its directors, its staff, we felt that now is the ideal time to reintroduce our Super 95 Millionaire promotion. We believe as Guyanese, you deserve to celebrate. You deserve to celebrate 2020 Christmas.
The promotion comes to an end in January. Next week, there will be the first draw for $1 million cash, and the second draw for the big prize will take place in January. All the weekly cash and other prizes will be doled out in the weeks between the two $1 million draws. Deputy General Manager at Guyana, Molly Hassan, said the Super 95 brand of fuel is a premium gasoline that customers have been enjoying, and the company will always play a role in giving back.
Guyana's Super 95 consists of octane rating of 95. Octane ratings are usually measured fuel stability. So these ratings are based on the pressure at which will spontaneously engines will combust in a testing engine. 95 is a special type of unleaded fuel designed to be more fuel efficient, causing a smoother engine operation, which ultimately improves your engine performance. Now, the higher level of that octane number is the more stable the fuel is. And the highest level of octane fuel sold in Guyana is octane 95, as we all know. Of course, Guyana's fuel contains that octane 95, which is premium gasoline. You want to have that in your car. Alright, so that's enough sound reasoning on why our customers should choose and continue to choose Super 95. And if you're not with Super 95, you certainly need to consider that switch today.
Guyana has more than 50 locations across the country, and the millionaire competition will be taking place at all of them. Delvac and all other mobile lubricants are distributed by Salt Guyana Inc. Mobile Delvac and all other mobile lubricants are distributed by Salt Guyana Inc.
Ministry of Culture, Youth and Sport National Drama Festival is back and better than ever. Tune in on the 13th of December at 8 p.m. to see some of Guyana's best young actors and playwriters display their talent. Being aired on the Ministry of Culture, Youth and Sports Facebook page, E-Networks, HJTV, TVG, MTV, and NTN. The National Drama Festival, aired on the 13th of December at 8 p.m. is authentic Guyanese entertainment for the entire family. Remember, we are one Guyana.
Due to the impacts of the global pandemic, COVID-19 across our nation, essential organizations like us have chosen to adopt innovative approaches to meet the emerging needs of our customers while protecting our employees. Here are some quick tips to make managing your GPL bill easier while we practice social distancing. To register for electronic billing, you can use the e-billing tab on your website. To access your bill balance, you can use 4 options: the website live chat at gpl.net, the online inquiry on our website under billing, SMS freedom by texting your GPL reference number to 624-0400 or 608-8400, or call our call center at 226-2600. A message from the Guyana Power and Light Incorporated.
I have many wishes for Christmas. A freshly painted home, a new vacation home, a new car, home furnishings, my dream wedding, new kitchen appliances, a new smart TV, a new phone for Zion, school fees too. Gosh, I still want this work from home office area. I just wish I could get some extra cash to clear my debts altogether. Do you feel the same? GBTI is granting 12 wishes for Christmas.
The Christmas season is here once again, and we encourage everybody to be safe. Between October 23rd and December 31st, buy your groceries and fuel from Falls, and you can win a Christmas hamper every week or your fuel purchase free. Just spend $3,000, complete the coupon, drop it in the box, and then listen for your name. And to make it even better, you can win a bumper hamper on Christmas Eve day. Yes, our prices are great, the environment is safe, and everyone wins when you shop in the Falls Christmas promotion, Land of Canaan.
We are legions of men standing strong, but never too proud to stoop and help someone. We must send a clear signal to all. Do right, walk in upright ways, knowing that's what being a man is all about. And ever aware that things will only get worse when good men do nothing. Stand strong, be the one to live right.
Been through it all.
But as a people we have
weathered every storm
and risen to every challenge.
Because it is the people of Guyana
that gives it its strength.
All the people,
regardless of race,
class, or religion.
We are one people, one strength.
And now is our time. A time to rise. Together, we rise.
Mobile Delvac and all other mobile lubricants are distributed by Salt Guyana Inc. Mobile Delvac and all other mobile lubricants are distributed by Salt Guyana Inc. Across the region right now, Jamaica's chicken meat import policy may be overhauled to concentrate license in the hands of local poultry producers as a cure to perceived systemic corruption that has dogged the trade, Prime Minister Andrew Holness has announced. The proposed fix comes in the wake of the damning report by the Integrity Commission, which hinted at a lack of transparency and an award process that was compromised and uncompetitive. Some traders had also blended in premium parts with chicken neck and back to avoid duty. In the first fortnight comment by his administration on the issue, Mr. Holness argued that Jamaica's import policy ought to be driven by shortfalls in local production. But he believes that twinning the capacity to produce chicken meat with the power to import was perhaps a more viable model going forward. That proposal could draw criticism from vested interests that import more than $25 million in chicken neck and back annually in Jamaica. In Brazil, doses of COVID-19 vaccines made by China's Sinovac Biotech are rolling off a Brazilian production line, drawing interest around the country and across Latin America from governments struggling to procure costlier vaccines. At a news conference, Sao Paulo Governor João Doria said that the state's biomedical center aims to fill and finish 1 million doses per day on its production line for a vaccination campaign to start in January. He said 11 Brazilian states have contacted the institute seeking the doses of the vaccine called CoronaVac, setting up a showdown with President Jair Bolsonaro, who has said he refuses to buy the Chinese vaccine for a national immunization program. At the same news conference, the head of the institute said several countries in the region, including Peru, Uruguay, Paraguay, and Honduras, are interested in buying the CoronaVac vaccine from Brazil. And finally tonight, international news. Germany is facing calls for a second lockdown before Christmas after recording 585 deaths and more than 29,000 new infections of coronavirus in one day, the highest numbers since the pandemic began. Russia and Ukraine also reported record numbers of fatalities today. However, the latest excess death statistics have cast doubt on the numbers announced in Russian updates. Germany has been on the partial lockdown since early November, shutting bars, restaurants, and entertainment venues, and the relaxation had been planned over Christmas. But the rise in infections has increasingly alarmed top officials across Germany. And that's your News Source Evening Bulletin for tonight. I'm Gordon Mosley reporting.